This week's Eye on County travels 288 kilometers from Nairobi town to the western Kenya in Kakamega, county number 37. Before it was branded among the counties, Kakamega used to be a town in the western part of Kenya, lying about 30 kilometers north of the equator. The town was later to remain the headquarters of Kakamega County, being the third largest city in Kenya and also a port city on the Lake Victoria. The county lies approximately 52 kilometers north of Kisumu town. It borders Vihiga to the south, Siaya to the west, Bungoma and Trans Nzoia to the north, Nandi and Uasin Gishu counties to the east. The county has two main ecological zones, namely the upper medium, which covers the central and the northern parts of the country, such as Ikolomani, Lurambi, Masava, Navakolo, and Shinyalu. The communities mainly practice intensive maize, tea, beans and horticulture farming on small scale, while those in Lugari and Likuyani practice large-scale farming. The lower medium zones cover a major portion of the southern part of the country. It includes communities such as Butere, Huisero, Mumias East, Mumias West and Matungu. The main economic activity in this zone is sugarcane farming, with some farmers practicing maize, sweet potatoes, tea, groundnuts and cassava farming. Jeremiah Okello Namunyu is the Chief Officer of Agriculture, Irrigation and Cooperatives in Kakamega County. He tells us more on the agricultural practices in this county.
If you look at Kakamega in terms of food security, according to me, is actually supposed to be the basket, the food security basket for this country, in my own opinion. I say this because of this is one county that's endowed in terms of resources. Kakamega has a wide range of crops that are grown. Of course, starting with the staple crop, which is maize. People are still depending on maize, mainly, alongside other crops. We grow cassava. In Kakamega we grow potatoes, and especially the sweet potatoes, which is really taking root now in most of the western counties. We grow other crops which even many tribes meet them even at the international level without knowing how they are grown. The groundnuts, the mango nuts, or mention all these other crops that you meet even in the hotels. They are actually grown in Kakamega. The only challenge is that these are crops which are grown in small scale, and sometimes trying to commercialize them to a level that can actually attract income and change the livelihoods. That's now the major assignment that we have as a county.
Kelly Auma Nelima is the Chief Officer in charge of Livestock Production, Veterinary Services and Fisheries Department. She shares on the agricultural practices in Kakamega County.
Kakamega, mainly the type of farming is small-scale farming, that is in crops, dairy and poultry. The cash crops are mainly sugarcane, tea and coffee on small scale, and dairy is practiced in the entire county, and poultry. There's also maize farming that is done by everybody. It's actually, since ugali is the main staple food, almost everybody plants maize, especially in the north, that is Likuyani and Lugari.
Agriculture is one of the major drivers of economic growth in Kakamega, and the county government has invested heavily on it. As a way of encouraging farmers to practice maize farming, the county government has initiated subsidy projects like giving out maize seeds and fertilizers to farmers. The county has also bought a plowing machine as a way of introducing the farmers to mechanized farming.
We've been giving farmers fertilizer. We've been giving farmers seed. And fertilizer, we've been giving farmers fertilizer at 2 levels, both planting and top dressing fertilizer.
I think there is a plan for the next financial year, and I think our governor and our CEC and the Chief Officer of Agriculture visited India, and there were machines that could do, 2 functions at once. So I think that is where the effort is going to increase, and also get machines that are more efficient. This is just for the next, government goes with the financial year, so this is planned for 2019-2020, which starts on 1st of July.
Mashini ya kulima hiyo ukitegemea itakumwaga, kwa maana ameleta kwa sub county tractor moja. Unaweza taka kulima saa hii tractor iko Halaba. Ukitaka tractor saa hii iko pale fulani, ndio anakuambia ubuku. Na kubuku itachukua karibu mwezi. Ni mahindi suku zinaenda. Anasaidia watu siko inaenda, lakini niko process ndio mre. Akitaka tractor analeta tu kwa every ward, hata alete tractor mbili. Kwa maana sasa unaona mimi niko na shamba hii is 15 acres. Niko na pale eka 5, niko na pale eka 8, niko na pale eka fulani. Hiyo tractor ikuja hapa nikichukua peke yangu, watu wengine watalima. Na niende lima shamba zingine niko huko Busia, huko Ngambo Bungoma. Shamba siko kule nyingi, tractor nikichukua itaweza. Sasa hiyo ni kusaidia, anasaidia, lakini aongeze tractor siwe nyingi.
Kakamega County is a net importer of food crops. Change was needed to make the county food secure. And one way of bringing change to the county, as Namunyu revealed, was by encouraging farmers to diversify their food crops to include cassava, sweet potatoes, soya beans, and horticulture in their farming ventures.
I think what we should encourage farmers is to diversify. That is the major part, so that all of us are not doing the same thing and looking for the same market. So again, it's up to us as extensionists to encourage the farmers to diversify. Somebody does maize, another one does horticulture. Kakamega can really produce a variety of things. So it's just to encourage the farmers, because I'm sure they'll do it again. There'll be an outcry like, please come for your maize. So I think also the best is to encourage them to diversify, to blend nicely, and also target, other. Let's not do what everybody is doing. To target other markets outside.
Something which few of the farmers we spoke to concur with.
Siku zikifika za kulima, watu rudi kwa shamba tulime. Tukilima, njaa itakuwa kidogo na tutapata shida. Unajua sasa tulikuwa tembea miwa, naambia watu warudi walime mahindi, walime mboga, walime any kitu inaweza jua inaweza leta pesa, watoto wasome. Unajua sasa hapa watoto kusoma is a problem. Kwa maana hakuna sasa mapato. Kwa maana sasa hii tulikuwa tumetegemea miwa, ni miwa hakuna. Watu walime mboga, inaweza uza, ukipeleka sokoni utauza, viazi ukipeleka sokoni utauza, wimbi ukipeleka sokoni utauza, mtama, anything wanaweza lima uende sokoni uuze. Ile watoto waende shule. Umejua mtoto akisoma ni faida sana. Usipokaa nyumbani umekaa kidogo nyumbani ndio unataka kulima, hakuna maendeleo utakuwa umepata.
Lack of access to credit and capital has also led to a situation of lands being underexploited, and to some extent, land is left fallow. Also due to the land tenure system, most households in Kakamega practice small-scale farming.
The scale of farming, because these are a place where we have average farm average level of around 2 acres, which is again even diminishing because of the land tenure systems which we have. Yes, we are still determined that we can still feed the nation and even the county, and that we have demonstrated that, I think, in the last few years when devolution took place.
Dr. Kelly revealed that in 2018, the county government had set aside 100 million shillings to develop cooperatives and reach many residents through the group approach.
And we target groups. We are not giving to individuals. Organized groups that have accounts and have also been trained.
Maize is one of the main food crops in Kakamega's county value chain that is farmed by most farmers in this region. It is widely grown by most farmers because of their love for ugali, which they call obusuma in their local dialect. Ugali is not only a staple food in Western Kenya, but is usually consumed by most communities in the country. This has in turn pushed the maize crop to be the main staple food that is farmed by both small-scale and large-scale farmers countrywide. The maize crop is not only farmed for subsistent use, but a large percentage of Kenya's population depend on maize farming as an income-generating crop. Here in Kakamega, areas like Lugari and Likuyani are suitable for growing maize.
So we have actually given our attention mainly on maize when we began addressing the issue of food security. And on maize, what we did is we decided to come up with a project which is a flagship project of the county. We call it Kakamega Farm Inputs Project. This is a flagship project of the county which were initiated in the first term by His Excellency, the Governor of Kakamega, who is Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. And in his vision, he actually envisaged a scenario where actually the issue of commercialization in mind. But despite all the challenges that are affecting almost every farmer in Kenya, what we decided to do was to just a little bit boost the strategy that was being done at the national government, the issue of the farm inputs, by boosting production. Because as much as we are talking about this being a staple crop, we felt that if you look at the statistics before the county government, the county was producing around 1 million bags of maize. Now we felt that that was not enough to start talking about other value chains of value addition and probably post-harvest handling, because at the production level we felt that we are still far away from meeting the needs of our people in Kakamega, even before we go to beyond the borders. We brought on board development partners and even the companies like River Mining, which have been in this business of fertilizer for long, but we were able to sit and agree on what formulation is suitable for Kakamega. So we've been giving fertilizer to farmers, especially I'm proud this year, even as we close, we were the only county that was able to respond to the farm input needs of the farmers as early as February, even when no other farmer in this county was thinking of, not even aware of where the fertilizer was going to come from. And we supplied planting fertilizer, which is a blend. It's actually a blend, it's a fertilizer blend, both planting and top dressing. So when I talk of a blend, I mean this is a mixture of nutrients which are actually based on the requirement of soil.
Also known as corn, maize is a cereal grain domesticated by almost all farmers in Kakamega. The leafy stalk of the plant produces pollen inflorescences and separates the ears that yield kernels of seeds which are fruits. Maize has become a staple food in many parts of the world, with the total production of maize surpassing that of wheat and rice. In 2018, maize production in Kenya increased from 35 million bags in the previous year to 46 million bags. Currently, maize consumption in the country is estimated to 98 kilograms per person per year. This translates to 2.7 to 3.1 metric tons of maize consumption per year.